Six guy, he a visionary.
Seti Nash, the hood lawyer. And what we got today is going to damn near guarantee you don't turn away. Make sure you stay to the end so you can find out how you can win 1K. Let's go.
Fegan, she's a very fine attorney. Seen her work.
The criminal defense attorney on charges she told a murder suspect to throw away evidence. Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us for Fox 5 News at 4. I'm Christine Spiro. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert has been working on this breaking story throughout the day today. Tyler is live now with more. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Christine, good afternoon to you. One of the defendants who represents one of the attorneys representing a defendant in the YSL gang case is now in trouble herself, and I've learned that she faces a gang charge herself. This is Nicole Fegan. She was arrested today in Gwinnett County, stemming from a September 2022 deadly shooting in downtown Atlanta, not far from Centennial Olympic Park. Fegan is not accused of shooting anyone, but Atlanta police say investigators learned she contacted a suspect in the shooting and told him there was a warrant for his arrest. Investigators say she learned about that during a court hearing related to the shooting. Police say she told the suspect, who they aren't identifying, to dispose of his phone as police were going to arrest him. Detectives say Fegan was not representing the suspect that she called. She faces 2 charges: participation in criminal street gang activity and solicitation to tamper with evidence. Fegan represents YSL defendant Tinquarius Mender. Besides Fegan, police have also arrested Keontae Davis in this case. It's unclear if he's the suspect she called, but officers took him into custody last February after he was pulled over for rolling through a red light. This is body camera video of that arrest. Davis is accused of taking part in the deadly shooting, which went from an argument to gunfire. One person was killed and another was injured in that case. He faces at least 2 charges, including murder. Back out here live, we have been working to get her arrest warrant, but so far we have not gotten that. We're going to continue to follow the story and bring you the very latest coming up on Fox 5 News at 5 and 6. We are live in downtown Atlanta this afternoon. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
What a major development there. Thanks so much, Tyler, for the latest.
You know, there is nothing better than when you walk out of the gas station and somebody be like, "Are you Nicole?" And you know, real shit, the world I live in, I don't even be one to claim myself sometimes. But then when he's like, "You might not remember because it was a long time ago, but you got me out of jail," that makes you feel good. People play gangsta and police games at the same time. That shit is weird. That shit is weird.
Guess she took her own advice. Nicole Fegan got $40,000 bond. But before she got her $40,000 bond, February 16, 2024, she got detained and charged for unlawful for person to cause, encourage, solicit, recruit, coerce another to become criminal street gang member. Now, here's where it gets real interesting. If y'all remember Fegan, and I had it wrong yesterday, so let me correct it. Tinquarius Mender is who she was representing. And if you remember, he went viral for keeping his mouth shut and not taking the deal.
Right to plead not guilty, and that's what the law will presume, and the court will, of course, instruct that you have a presumption, and the presumptions and protections you enjoy as a criminal accused. You have to decide for yourselves what you want to do in this particular case. The only thing I would tell you, Mr. Mender, is the most, and I'm sure that Ms. Fegan, she is a very fine attorney. Seen her work. But trials, there's one thing about trials, it's uncertainty. You don't know what's going to happen. So you got to beat 4 counts. And if you don't beat them, what will happen is, under this A&C recidivist statute, I have to, under the law, sentence you to the maximum sentence.
So that means that he's still on trial in the YSL RICO. Well, obviously now, more than likely, he's going to have to get himself a new lawyer. And if you're wondering why you haven't seen Mr. Mender in court, it's simply because of Fegan and another attorney, T.O. Mimble Collin, successfully had their clients severed from the main case against Young Thug and the other alleged YSL gang members in May of 2023. The 2 cited maternity leave and the slow pace of jury selection in the case. And the reason you're here now is simply because you want to know what I know. You want to know, what the hell did you find out? Well, I found out a whole bunch. She's not only a YSL attorney, she's a faux PF attorney. And here's the crazier part.
New tonight, this man that you see on your screen is now in custody in connection to a murder from last fall. Keontae Davis is accused of shooting 2 people on September 27th. The 2 victims were dropped off at Grady Hospital. One survived, the other did not. Davis is now charged with aggravated assault and murder.
Well, according to News Made It, we have exactly what allegedly happened. The defendant and co-defendants are charged in the above-style case with murder, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, and associated offenses for an incident that occurred on September 27, 2022. On that day, an unknown gunman associated with 4 Pockets Full, 4PF, Street Gang opened fire on a Chevrolet Tahoe occupied by Terrell Hurd, and Dracarius Wilson. I don't even know if I said that right. As it sat stationary in traffic, light on Baker Street, at its intersections with William Street in downtown Atlanta. Darrell and Wilson were shot and Wilson died. The defendant and co-defendants are associated with 4PF, and the evidence shows they conspired to commit and were parties to the murder of Wilson. The defendant was interviewed by law enforcement following his arrest on June 5, 2023, during which he waived his Miranda rights and began speaking with the detective. He subsequently requested a lawyer. The state is seeking to admit only portions of the interview before the defendant requested a lawyer. And if you're wondering who the hell that person was, I got you. Per the discovery provided by the state, co-defendant Keontae Davis, the guy that y'all seen who got arrested, appears to select to identify Mr. Nathan Benford during Davis' interview on the night of Davis' arrest. Detective Grandy showed Davis a picture from what appears to be Benford's Instagram account after Davis had supplied Detective Grandy with the defendant's Instagram account username, and they blurred that out. Using a picture from the Instagram account in front of the jury to positively identify defendant is unduly suggestive and should be inadmissible. Additionally, any in-court identification by Mr. Davis should be excluded, as the police conducted photo array was unduly suggestive in Bayer versus State. And the victim was shown 3 photographs, 2 of which portrayed the defendant. Later, the police conducted a one-on-one show-up. These impermissibly suggestive procedures tainted the in-court identification, where for defendant's request that a hearing be held to determine the admissibility of evidence and defendant's motion to exclude be granted. This day, 7th day of November, 2023. And that's where we're at with it. He had a deal to snitch on his homies. And basically, their lawyers were able to determine that the way in which they were identified wasn't supposed to be done. And what he decided to do is say, well, since I already snitched on them, let's see if I can snitch on a lawyer. Now, this is allegedly, but I'm drawing the conclusions based off of the facts on which I've gotten from multiple sites, because, you know, you're dealing with lawyers this time. Said he Nash, the hood lawyer. I know exactly how to do this. So based off my research and the sites, I'm going to go ahead and say I believe, with the information that I have, that boy tried to fold on his homeboys for PF and ended up having to fold on a lawyer who helped his ass, allegedly, to keep him free. Now, there's going to be people going to say, hey, man, yeah, it was done by the time he went in there and talked and all that stuff. There's no problem with going and sitting in an interrogation room and hearing what they have on you and then getting the hell up out of there. Because sometimes you people believe, for whatever reason, that just going and sitting in an interrogation room, which I've never done, put that out there right now, I've never done, but I can understand wanting to hear what the hell happened and stuff like that, because as long as you're not snitching, you can say, I was nowhere near there, here's my phone right here, I was with my girl, my cell phone tower will ping and it will show this to show that. There's nothing wrong with that. I think you morons believe really wasting money on bail and sitting in front of the judge and being judged by people is the smart thing to do. But back to the story. Nicole Fegan, however in which you want to pronounce it, we're going to see how this plays out, because she already got her bond. But here's the problem with every single thing. She still has to defend Mr. Mender when it's all said and done. On top of that, she also has to make sure that she has her own lawyer to defend her, because like we've been seeing in the Fonnie Willis trial, lawyers who are sitting on the damn witness stand make bad witnesses. We seen Fonnie Willis' lawyer try to object to a bunch of stuff, and Fonnie Willis basically took over that whole entire thing. Now, do I believe she did it? I don't know yet. I believe it's more likely than not that she did it. And since that man sweetened the pot based off his original deal not going through, that might actually save her. Because honestly, any cut rate lawyer coming up out of grad school would have said, don't destroy that phone. Put it in somebody else's name and get yourself a new phone. So that way, when you destroy all the evidence in your phone and they catch you with a phone, you have a phone that they're going to basically look up and find no evidence no matter how far back they go and search. So it's those things. That's where she might be able to basically get off, because no nigga worth his salt as far as being a lawyer would say destroy the phone. They would tell you get another phone, transfer that phone's name in somebody else's, and then that's when you destroy the phone. That's what you do, not the other way around. Suddy Nash, the hood lawyer. You want to find out how to win that 1K, man? We are on our way to 200K, and every 100K after that, we're going to just give $1,000 away. In order to do that, this might be the video to take us to 200,000. You want to be subscribed, you want to turn on that bell, stay notified, comment on every video, like every video, and share every video. That's all it is. I'll catch you on the next one.
What's really hood when I'm through the hood? Nothing be said, we got it overstood. The team fed, yeah, it's really good. Put that on everything, bro, you're never good. What's really hood when I'm through the hood? Nothing be said, we got it overstood.